Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel and this is part 3 of chapter Yoga. Today we will be studying the following contents: Asana, Pranayam, Meditation and Yogic Kriyas. Now, first of all, let us understand what is asana. What is the meaning of asana? Patanjali said that Sthiram Sukham Asanam means asana is that position of body in which we are comfortable and steady. Sukham means comfort and Sthiram means steady. So, according to Patanjali, asana means it is the position in which we are comfortable and we can remain for a long time. In Brahman Upanishad, it is said that to sit in a comfortable position or posture for everlasting period is called asana. Means if we are in such a position or a posture which is for everlasting period and we are comfortable to sit in that position, then it is known as asana. So, from all these we conclude that what is asana? Asana is that state of body in which it may be kept easily. Means the state of the body in which we are the most comfortable, it is known as asana. And in asana, body is kept in various positions. Means not a fixed position is there, but there are various positions in which asana can be performed. The activities of organs and glands of body become more efficient and finally improve the health of mind and body. Means actually what happens by doing asana? Basically, if we perform asana, then the activities of our organs of the body and the different glands that are present in the body, they become more efficient, and when they become more efficient, then our health is improved. So, asana is also beneficial for our health and it is a means through which we can develop physically as well as mentally. Prevention and control of diseases, delaying aging, which are the desired effects of yogic practices can be achieved. Means what we want to achieve by doing yoga, we want to achieve development both physically as well as mentally. We want that we are prevented from diseases. We also want longevity of life. And all these can be achieved by doing or performing asanas. Now, there are three types of asanas. First is meditative asana, second is relaxative asana, and third is cultural or you can say corrective asanas. Let us talk about them in brief. Meditative asanas. Basically, as their name suggests, they are related to meditation as their name is meditative asanas. So, Padmasana, Siddhasana and Samasana are the main asanas of meditative asana. By practicing these, the meditation power of an individual is enhanced. Meditation is done by remaining constant in these asanas and these should be done before performing meditation. It is more beneficial to perform them in complete peaceful environment. This means that Padmasana, Siddhasana, these are the asanas of meditative asanas. And why do we do these? Basically, we do these asanas to enhance our meditation power. And how can meditation be done? It can be done by remaining constant in the meditative asanas. If we are performing meditative asanas continuously, then we can increase our meditative power. And also it is suggested that these meditative asanas should be performed before performing meditation. Means before doing meditation you should do meditative asanas. Then meditation will be more beneficial. And also these should be performed in complete peaceful environment where there is complete silence. Now relaxative asanas. Shavasana and Makrasana are the relaxative asanas or the main asanas of relaxative asanas. So, their practice removes fatigue and relaxes an individual physically and mentally. Here also, the name suggests the meaning of the asana. Relaxative means the asana which feels or makes us feel relaxed. So, by practicing relaxative asanas, we can remove fatigue. Fatigue, we know it is the situation where one gets tired both physically as well as mentally. So, if we are having fatigue, then we can remove fatigue by performing relaxative asanas. And by performing them, we relax physically as well as mentally. And we get complete relaxation after performing them. Now, cultural or corrective asanas. Here are the names or the major corrective asanas. These are Shirasana, Sarvangasana, Mayurasana, Chakrasana, Bhujangasana, Dhanurasana, Halasana, Shalabhasana and Singhasana. These are the major cultural or corrective asanas. So, why do we perform the corrective asanas? Basically, by performing these asanas, our body and the different functions of the body are regulated and systematized. And finally, provide energy to the body to perform pranayama, pratyahar, dharana, etc. Means, if we perform the corrective asanas, then our body system is regulated and it also gets systematized. And also, energy is provided to our body to perform pranayama and dharana, etc. The given picture depicts Hal Asana, which is a corrective asana. Pranayama. Pranayama is composed of two words. First is pran, second is ayam, and these together make pranayama. What does pran mean? It means vital energy or the life force is called pran. And ayam means control. So, what will pranayama mean? Pranayama will mean the control or regulation of pran or life. So, the control or regulation of life is called pranayama. Now, pranayama has three parts. First, purak, that is exhalation. What is exhalation? The process of breathing out air is called exhalation. Rechak. Rechak means inhalation. Inhalation is the process of breathing in air. Third is kumbhak. Kumbhak is retaining the breath. Means for how long period of time we can hold our breath is called kumbhak. So there are two types of kumbhak. First is internal kumbhak. To retain the breath after complete inhalation. Means after we have inhaled air, then for how long can we hold our breath? That is known as internal kumbhak. And for how long we can hold our breath after exhalation, after breathing out the air, that is known as external kumbhak. Now, types of pranayam. There are 8 types of pranayam. What are these? Suryabhedi, Ujjayi, Sheetkari, Sheetali, Bhastrika, Bhramari, Palvani and Murcha. These are the 8 types of pranayam. Now, meditation. Hindi word for meditation is dhyan, and we have already studied that dhyan is the stage prior to samadhi. We also know that dhyan is one of the elements of yoga according to Patanjali. So, what is meditation? Meditation or dhyan is the process of complete stability of mind. Means when our mind is completely stable, then it is known as meditation. So, now we are going to study what Patanjali said about dhyan. Patanjali said that the concentration of mind on an impulse without any divergence is called dhyan. Means when our mind is properly concentrated and it is not diverted even by a single thing, then it is known as dhyan. Now, the concentration and the process of thinking on any object or subject is called concentration. Means when we are thinking on a particular subject or object, then it is known as concentration. The stage when perception starts directly is called real dhyan avastha. That means if we are doing meditation and we are able to perceive directly, means we are able to make the image of a particular object in our mind properly, then it is called the real dhyan avastha. Now let us understand that what basically meditation is. Suppose that you have seen an object with your open eyes and now you have closed your eyes and you are properly focusing that what you have seen and you have drawn a proper picture of that object in your mind. Then it is known as meditation or the stage of dhyan. So basically, when the stage of imagination is deep, means when you can imagine very deeply and the image of a particular object is seen, means you have seen an object and if you are again able to make the picture of that object in your mind, then it is called the stage of meditation. And when you have attained such concentration where you are able to make that picture, then surely this stage is converted to the stage of dhyan, and whatever you think or you imagine is visible clearly to you with your closed eyes too. Dhyan is not practiced, but it is stage that is attained and experienced in which there is a continuous dynamic consciousness without any obstruction. Means dhyan is not a practice. Means dhyan is not something which we need to practice, but it is a stage that we need to experience, of which we have to attain an experience of dhyan. And in dhyan there is a continuous consciousness. Means we are conscious about what we have seen and we are conscious about making the picture of that thing in our mind without any obstruction. We are properly focusing, we are properly concentrating on that single object, and that is the stage of dhyan or meditation. Now, yogic kriyas. We are studying all the topics in detail today. So let us talk about this topic also in detail. Yogic kriyas, or you can say Shat Karmas or Shuddhi kriyas. So we know that the human body is like a machine. Why? Because as a machine requires cleanliness for smooth functioning. Similarly, our human body also needs inner and outer cleanliness so that various organs of the body, various glands of the body are efficient and they perform systematic functioning. So, how can we perform this cleanliness? We can perform our inner cleanliness by performing Shuddhi kriyas called Shat Karmas. We know that outer cleanliness is very easy and we all do it in our daily life on the day-to-day basis. But inner cleanliness is slight bit difficult. But we can still perform the inner cleanliness by Shuddhi kriyas, which are also known as Shat Karmas. Shat Karmas is 6 actions. Shat means 6 and Karmas means actions. So, by performing these 6 actions, we can also perform inner cleanliness of our body. These are very essential for maintaining the health of our body. Means if we want to be healthy both internally as well as externally, means not only our outer look is good but also we are healthy in every aspect, then we should perform these 6 actions also, which are known as Shat Karmas or Shuddhi Kriyas. Neti, Dhoti, Basti, Noli, Tratak and Kapalbhati. So you can see these are the 6 Shat Karmas or Shuddhi Kriyas, or you can say Yogic Kriyas, which we should perform for our internal cleanliness or the inner cleanliness of our body. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.